And welcome, I'm Mr. Gary, and as always I'm in Jakarta at the moment. Time on the clock just turned 9 PM local time on today, the 4th of April 2022. This evening's stream is going to focus on verbs, and if you've looked at the thumbnail there, you'll notice that we're going to talk about past tense of verbs. Alright, so there's going to be some past simple tense work happening in this stream. I'm going to look a little bit at modal verbs as well, and one that I always find interesting are phrasal verbs. And phrasal verbs often confuse people because they can have a literal meaning, and that means that whatever it sounds like isn't always exactly what it is. Okay, so we're going to look a little bit about literal meaning as well as we go through this evening's stream. Hello and welcome if you're joining in the stream this evening, and I'm going to just very quickly, as always I start the live streams making sure that everything is working and working well, and if it isn't, okay, then I will tweak the settings and make sure that you can hear me, you can see me, and things are working as expected. If they're not, then obviously I'm going to be panicking. I don't want to panic. So there we go. I'm just going to have a little check now. You might notice that I'm looking down quite regularly, and that's the reason why. Just there we go. Look. There. So I check my phone to make sure that anybody who joins the stream, if you comment, I can see everything. And obviously if I can see you speaking, or I can see you chatting, I can see that on my hand phone whilst perhaps we're sharing screen. And I think sometimes the YouTube chat, it's not always perfect, alright? So we have to be a little bit tolerant of delays. Okay, so delay between you typing it and me seeing it, there can sometimes be a delay. Right, let's crack on then. Hello Pallavi, and good evening. Yes, she confirms there as well. If you join and you get the chance to join, you'll get your name featured on the stream. Pallavi says, "Hi Gary sir, how are you? I can see you and hear you." That's good news. I've just done a test for audio and visual to make sure that we're all good, and we're going to talk a little bit about verbs. Okay, Pallavi, so we're going to talk a little bit about past tense of verbs. Now, when we talk in the past, a verb can change, and verbs can be split and organized in several ways. So we try to organize the verbs for a variety of reasons. The main reason is that it helps people who are learning English. Okay, so if you think of past verbs, we can split those into regular verbs. Those are verbs that take ed at the end. And then we have irregular verbs. Those are verbs that might not be spelt the same, might have different pronunciations. Example, read. Okay, if we look at the verb read, it's R-E-A-D. I like to read. But if I'm talking about that in the past, okay, example, I read Harry Potter yesterday. The spelling remains the same, but the pronunciation is different. So we have to be a little bit mindful of the pronunciation of past tense verbs, and when we think about those verbs, how can we try to get the correct pronunciation so we can modify those. So I hope you've picked up a nice little tip there. Let me have a little look, and I'm going to just start with a little warmer activity. I know you like joining because we have little warmer activities. Sarah Ismail is here as well. Hello Sarah, good evening to you. We're going to have a little warmer activity, and we're going to get straight into this evening's live stream program that we've got. Okay, let's have a little look. And we're going to start with past tense of verbs. So I demonstrated earlier that irregular verbs as well can have a different pronunciation. Okay, and I came across one student the other day, and she said a verb and it ended ed, and she pronounced it ed. Okay, and I said to her, no, try t. They don't always end in ed as the literal pronunciation, so we have to watch for that. If we come across any in these activities, I'll point those out to you as always. Okay, guys. So I hope. Let me just check. Just checking audio again, 'cause that's it. Right. Okay. Here we go. So we're just going to start with a little warmer activity, and we'll pick a number. If you want to choose a number, pick a number there. I'll start with the number 1. Sleep. Alright, sleep. So here's a classic one. Causes people some problems sometimes. And we need to think about past tense. So is it sleeped? Or is it slept? Idioms, yes. Palaver. I'll just highlight that one while we're going on here. Idioms. We can look at idioms as well. She says, "Sir, I'm very confused about idioms of English. Could you possibly help me with that, sir?" Yes, we can touch on idioms. And the good news is this week I'm on half term. Yay! Meaning I've got the week. So if you want me to do a live stream on idioms, we'll have a look at the idioms. And in fact, if you remember my game, cards, where are they? I haven't prepared for idioms, but in the past I have shown you some idioms, okay, with my little catchphrase games. You might remember the cards. Just a moment. Where the devil are they? Are they there? Oh. I can't find them. I have a whole bunch of idioms. Okay, a whole bunch of them. So we'll get on and we'll do. How about this? I'll make a deal with you. We'll do an idiom stream tomorrow night, okay? Because I love idioms. And we've got slept. Okay, so try to make a sentence then with slept. I'll just help you with the pronunciation on that one. It's a p and then t. Slept. Slept. I'll just tell you this. I'm not an ASMR channel. Okay, so you have the p sound and then the t sound. Slept. Okay, so try to make a sentence then. Put it in chat. Slept. Slept. Make a sentence with slept. I slept early yesterday. Yes, a very good example there. Mohammed Ishmael hasn't he got the correct answer? Slept. Sarah Ismail, I slept early yesterday, of course. I slept at my in-laws' house last week. Okay, because I'm talking about a past event. Good. Okay, super job. If you get the chance, guys, put those example sentences into the chat. All right, and I'll help you. The more you type in there, the more I can help you. So there we go. Slept is the answer. Good job. If you want to pick a number there as well, then I'll help you. Then you could choose the number. Put those sentences in. Put those numbers in. If you don't want to choose a number, I'll just go ahead. So honestly, I don't know the single idioms of English. Yes, you probably do, but you don't know their idioms. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about idioms tomorrow, Pallavi. The reason is I've already set tonight's events up, so maybe we can touch on idioms later in this stream. Towards the end, I will help you with this one. Mohammed Ishmael says bought. Correct. We have buy, bought. So write a sentence about something you bought in the past. Something you bought in the past. And I bought this game. I bought this game pack. I don't know if you can see it. I bought this game yesterday. Yes, Pallavi says I slept yesterday late, or I slept late yesterday. Changed the late and yesterday around, Pallavi, on that example. Okay, so good. And she says A, bought. Okay, so let me just highlight some of these as well. Yes, I've answered that one. Good. Bought. Of course. Something that you bought, chat. Tell me something that you bought recently. Something that you bought. It could be yourself. It could be your family member. They bought something. Perhaps a food item, a drink item. Type in the chat box. Tell me what you bought, chat. Or type in and tell me something that somebody bought. Okay, somebody bought. Tell me something that somebody bought. Pallavi's example there. I slept late yesterday. Okay, change the late and the yesterday in that example, Pallavi. It's a good example. Well done. A, she says there, and then yes, sir. Okay, chat. I'm waiting. Come on, tell me something you bought, or something that somebody bought. I'll give you 10 seconds, chat. And let's have a look. I bought a new laptop last week. A very good idea, Sarah Ismail, and a very good example as well. Nicely punctuated, always with a full stop at the end. And Mohammed Ishmael says, I bought some new pen for my exams. Now, here we have two quantifiers. Alright, we have as an article, and then some. Okay, which is an uncountable noun. So I look at this and I'm a bit confused. So, are you telling me you bought one pen? If you did, you need a. I bought a new pen for my exams. Now, for example, I did have a box of pens, but let's pretend these are pens in here. Okay, you can see there's some glue sticks there. Then you'd say, I bought some new pens for my exams. So you can have one or the other. Can't have both. Okay, do you understand what I'm talking about there? I bought some new pens for my exams. Did you buy one new pen? Or did you buy some new pens? Okay. Good that you're typing these though, because the more you do, the easier it is for me to help you. Okay. I bought a new pen. So which one is it? Pallavi, which one is it? Did you buy a new pen? Or did you buy some new pens? Which one is it? I'll wait for you to type in the chat box there. I bought a new pen for my exams. And notice, if I use some, I'm using plural. So I need an S on the end of pens. Okay? I bought some new pens for my exams. Do you want to type the correct answer there? Okay, I'll give you a minute. Well, you can do that yourself, and then I'll just continue, okay? And then when I see the comment, I can't see any more comments at the moment coming in, so So I think I wrote something wrong. I meant I bought some new pens for my exams. Yes. There you go, you see. It's a simple mistake to make, but that's why you're here, alright? So that's good. Good, well done. Well done. Give yourself a pat on the back. Good girl, well done. Excellent. So, here we go. We'll go with the next one then. Bought. Bought some new pens. Someone bought a laptop. Sarah Ismail, I think, bought a new laptop there. Have. Oh, this is a one. Have. Now, if we're talking in the past, this is not a word. Alright? It's not a word. So we're looking for the past tense of the word, and the answer here is had. It's had. Well done, Sarah Ismail. Good job. And tell me something you had. Alright, what did you have? Notice did is the auxiliary there. What did you have? What did you have? Okay. Example, I had a headache earlier. Alright. I had my food at 3 p.m. today. Example. Yes, good job, well done. Good. Had. And Pallavi says a had as well. So make a sentence with the example had. Now listen to the question. What did you have earlier? What did you have earlier? Make a sentence, chat. Try and make a sentence. Good job, yes. It's okay. Mohammed Ismail, I saw the little typo error. Had and ampersand. It's okay, don't worry. It's okay to make mistakes in my chat, no problem. Okay, so here we go then. I'm going to ask you just write one sentence about something. It could be something you had. Alright, example, I had a drink earlier. Simple. Do I have the drink now? Answer, no I don't. Now I'm just pretending. Really, I do have a drink at the moment. I have a cup of tea. So make a sentence, chat. Make a sentence. Good. I could see some really good solid examples coming here. Let me let me type a couple of those in there, or show you those on screen. Had, yep. And Mohammed Ismail writes, I had tea before going to bed last night. Yes, of course. Of course. Tea time. Alright, usually about somewhere between 4 and 6 p.m. In the UK, it's called tea time. Alright. In the US, that doesn't exist, I don't think. They don't have something called tea time there, so yes, it's a bit of a tricky one, chap, but well done. Excellent. I think they might have. And dinner time we have at noon in England. All right. I had my breakfast at 7 a.m. Of course, it's breakfast. Excellent example. Right. I have a pen. Okay, so that's in the present tense. Example, I have a blue pen. Right, now I don't have the blue pen. So now I can say, I had a blue pen. Why? Because I don't have the blue pen now. Right, that's the difference between have and had. I don't know where it is. I don't need to say that. I'm just saying, I had a blue pen. Okay. Good. Well done. Good job, chat. I love it when you put the examples in, because if you put the examples in, it can really help you. Okay, watch. Watch, as in the verb watch. Okay, not in the noun. I'd like to show you my watch, chat, but I don't have my watch on at the moment. Okay, I watched a movie earlier. I watched a video about YouTube analytics earlier. Okay,
like see, isn't it?
Good, yes. Watched is the answer with ed.
So make a sentence. I hadn't studied.
Yes, I hadn't studied today. Here we have, look, ing. I hadn't studied today. So that's had not, okay? And no ing there. Okay, just studied, IED. Well done, though. That's a good example. Watched, says Mohammed Ismail. Good job. Pallavi says, be watched. So put a sentence. So tell me something you watched. Tell me something you watched. I watched
A game of football.
last week. I can see some coming here. Good. I watched a movie last night. Of course, yes.
Always a good idea
To watch a movie at
night time, I think.
good suggestions. Well done. Chat, put your sentences in there, okay? Something you watched. Tell me something you watched, okay? I watched on in horror as the accident happened. Okay, that's my example. I'll put that in there. Okay. I watched on in horror as the accident happened. I hope I've put the... My spelling might be all over the place because the microphone's right in front of the keyboard. And it's quite difficult to see when it's dark. So I watched on in horror as the accident happened.
Good, yes.
I mean, I should put an exclamation mark there at the end. I watched on in horror. Good, okay.
If there are no more examples, I'll just
Continue. If you want to put an example sentence in, then I'll highlight them.
no problem.
Watched is the answer. Oh, listen. Listen, okay. Another regular verb. Most of these are regular. They're very simple. Something that you listened to, okay? So, listened to, okay? Usually with listen, or listened, you might have the word to at the end, or following it.
Okay, good.
Listened, yes, listened. What did I listen to earlier? Oh, yes. I listened to the gym instructor very carefully.
I watched a lesson video which my teacher sends me.
Yes, good. Which my teacher... You're in past tense there. Good, well done. So, I watched a video lesson which... So, listen to Mr. Gary. I watched... I'll try and type this in for you. That my teacher sent, I would say to me, okay, to me yesterday, okay, there you go. Notice those little changes, Pallavi, okay? So notice those little changes that Mr. Gary's putting in there. You know, those are to try and help you, right? That's the whole idea of it. People make mistakes learning and typing English. That's why you're here. So I can point out those little changes and tweaks that you need to make that will help you eventually. Okay, so good. All right. Watch. Sorry, listen. Listen. Tell me something you listen to, chat. Tell me something that you listened to. What have you listened to today?
Okay,
What have you listened to? It's nice
if I see sentences, if you
type those sentences in, and then I can help you.
and point those out. Sir, this is the wrong sentence. Sir, is a wrong sentence.
It's slightly incorrect, Pallavi, but don't worry. Alright?
Your sentence is slightly incorrect
because it says sends, but you've already started the video, the sentence in the
past tense by saying
watched. Okay, so sends is
incorrect on that sentence.
And it's just word order. Alright, so word order is a, it's a little bit of a tricky thing.
Listened.
You're very welcome. Yes, of course, you're very welcome, she says. Stand by. Yes, listen.
Okay,
if you want to put your sentence examples in, it's a good idea. Okay, so there's my correction for Pallavi. Okay. Yes, a slight correction for you. Okay, you're very welcome. Okay, no problem. It's not easy learning English. That's why I try to be as visual as possible. Okay, and let's have a look. If you want to put listened, a sentence with listened in chat, go ahead. I think we had this earlier, didn't we? Somebody mentioned this earlier. Good. Studied. Okay, studied is the answer. Right, so example, I studied maths this afternoon. Okay, I studied literature earlier today. Okay, put your sentence examples in the chat box, guys. Put your sentence examples in the chat. A sentence example with studied. Okay. I listened to a song a minute ago. Good job. Well done. That's a really good example. Solid. Well done. Very good. Well done. Studied. Studied is the current one. Put an example with studied in, please. I'll just pause that one. So studied, the answer is A. Notice the spelling here. Alright, because the study ends in a Y, we drop the Y and replace it with I plus ed. Alright, to make that into a past tense verb. Okay. Studied is the answer. Okay, chat, let's have a look. If you want to put your sentence example into the chat box, then I can help you. Here's an example from me. I studied aerodynamics when I was younger. Okay, I studied aerodynamics when I was younger. Where? Okay, chat, you can put those sentence examples in the chat box. The more I see from you, the more I can help you. Where? So, where? What's the correct answer? Is it A, war, or is it B, where'd? Is it A, war, or is it B, where'd? Good, well done. I think Mohammed Ishmael has just replied there, Mohammed Ishmael, so good job. War is the answer. So, tell me something you wore. Okay, I wore my slippers when I went down to the lobby this morning. Okay, good. That's my example. You could put your example in there as well. Maybe I should make a gym video, because tomorrow I'll be going to the gym. Let's just say the last 2 years of this COVID lockdown stuff have not been very beneficial for Most of us, especially teachers, goodness me, these lockdowns, goodness.
Finally, the gym's open.
Mr. Gary's getting back in shape. Why? Because, well, we were all having a little dance on Friday.
Yes.
My students and I were having a little dance on Zoom. So, yes, there's my example. I wore my trainers in the gym today. Right? You want to put your sentence example in chat? You're more than welcome. I love it when you put your sentence example in. Type those sentence examples in. Sarah Ismail typed some good ones earlier. Pallavi, good as well. The more in that chat box, guys, the more I can help you. Now, if you tuned in right at the very beginning of the stream, you'll notice that I spoke about this earlier. And this is another irregular verb. Why is it irregular? Well, we can't say readed, okay? Because the pronunciation changes. And the answer is, yeah, it sounds exactly like read. You're right, Mohammed Ismail. Well done. So the answer is read in this situation. And if we say read, okay, I read Harry Potter last week, okay, I read a magazine this morning. Put your sentence example. Tell me something that you read in the past, guys. I read my comic, let's say earlier. I'll change that. I read my comic earlier. Okay. Yeah, I do have a virtual comic, chat. I do have a comic. I have a Spider-Man comic. Digital edition of Spider-Man comic. If I get, I don't know, lots of comments about seeing a Spider-Man comic, I might show you it. Okay, well that's nice and easy, chat. So tell me something that you read. I'll give you 10 seconds to put the example in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I read a newspaper earlier today. That's right, Mohammed Ismail. Is newspaper a compound word or not? Is it two words put together? Does it require a space? I can see a space in your comment there. All right. Let me put these comments up on the screen. Okay. So, Mohammed Ismail, yes, there we go. Look, newspaper is a compound word. It's a compound word. So news and paper are two words separately in their own right. But when we talk about a newspaper, a paper used to read the news, it's actually one word. So they go together. All right. So Mohammed Ismail, and it's a newspaper. No space in news and paper. But good job. Well done. I always read something new. Yes, good. I always read something new. Yeah, you don't need always here because that's like, it's one of those tricky adverbs, isn't it? I always read something new. Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, there could be a bit more context, but it's good. Well done. So yes, Pallavi as well, just a note there, newspaper for the future reference, guys. Compound word, two words gelled together to form a new word, okay? I like to say it that way. Right, well done. So, if I just stop that one. So now we talked a little bit about this one. I've got a couple of little different games for you tonight. I think some of you said, yeah, we really like games. We really like games. All right, okay. Well, let's see how we go then. I hope it's the best stream ever, because goodness me, I've got a lot of games. And you can see here, we've got true
and we've got false.
Okay, true and false. Items fly by at speed. See how many you can get right before the time. Oh my god. This might not be suitable for streaming, so let's just see how we go. And maybe I'll have to change the format. Oh no. Let's see what happens here. I haven't played this one yet, so I need to find out. Right, okay. So, draw is a verb, true. So tell me if it's drink is a verbs. Oh no, someone's typed that in wrong. It's true. Of course drink is a verb. Keyboard is a noun. Keyboard is a noun, true. It's a person, place or a thing. Chair is a noun. Play is a noun, false. It's a verb. Mouse is a noun. True. Human is a verb. No. Eat is a noun. No, it's not. It's false. Oh my god. Under so much pressure. So much pressure there, chat. Right, okay. So a little bit of fun there. Just to keep us going. Right, now phrasal verbs. This is the one that we're really going to move on to. Phrasal verbs can be a little bit tricky, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about phrasal verbs. And a phrasal verb is a noun. Sorry, what am I talking about? A phrasal verb combines a verb with a preposition. Now, a verb is an action or a state, remember that. Preposition is a describing word, usually describing position, where something is. Example, down, up, above, under, over, right? Inside is also a preposition. In. You can have well, they actually function as a verb, but the meaning could be different from the combined meaning in the individual words. Right, I'm going to put this in the chat box for you guys, alright? So you can read it and digest it, because lots of trues and falses there, guys. Yes, Mohammed Ismail, Sarah Ismail, Mohammed Ismail, Sarah Ismail. It's like a competition, isn't it? Here we go. So let me put this in for you. Okay, a phrasal verb, and I'll read that again for you. A phrasal verb such as take off or look down on, that combines a verb with a preposition or an adverb or both, that functions as a verb whose meaning is different from the combined meaning of the individual words. Example, an aeroplane takes off every minute in London, but Mr. Gary takes off his glasses when his eyes are straining. So we're using exactly the same phrasal verb there, but the meanings are completely different. Obviously, when an aeroplane takes off, you know, the aeroplane leaves the runway, but in this case I took, now I did it in the past, right? So notice I took off my glasses earlier, and that's how in English verbs can change, especially when the present action is no longer active. We can use the past tense of the verb. Really, sir? She says. Yeah, I've just demonstrated it for you, haven't I? Yes, of course. So let's have a little look at these phrasal verbs. Match the answer, eliminate it. Okay, let's have a look at this. There are quite a few. Now look, chat, I love it when you put a sentence into the chat box, so please do that and I'll help you as much as I possibly can. Okay, there we go. I'll just highlight that comment so you can see clearer on screen. Alright. Now look, I'm limited to the number of characters I can put. So it's split the chat. There we go. Right, okay, here we go then. So let's have a look at this one. This next one is phrasal verbs. Alright. Phrasal verbs. Here we go. So put your examples in the chat box, guys, and then I can example sentences, and then I can tell you whether you're right, you're wrong. Maybe you need some assistance with them. Here we go. Let's get cracking on this one. Yes, let's have a look. Oh, yes. Right. Cancel. Cancel. To cancel something, which is to cancel something. Look for the most appropriate. Good, I'm glad. The more you try, Pallavi, the better you'll become. Now what we're doing here is looking for a phrasal verb to replace the word cancel. Okay? Example. The football was cancelled because of snow. But I could replace the word cancel with one of these. And the answer is call off. Okay? Call off. So, example, the football was called off. Notice I add ed because of the snow. Right, call off. Okay, so that's the example. Stop being distracted and focus on work. Start working hard. Start working hard. I think the answer is this. To knuckle down. These are your knuckles. And if you knuckle down, it means that you're going to really try hard. To knuckle down. Okay. So, did you knuckle down during your studies? Yeah? Did you knuckle down during your studies? Can I zoom on those? If you're viewing on it, no, I can't zoom on them, so I'm so sorry about that. I can't zoom in on this one. Knuckle down. So stop being distracted and focus on work. Start working hard. Knuckle down. So if you want to try a sentence with knuckle down, K-N-U-C-K-L-E, space down. Here we go. Work with less energy or be lazy. Okay, chat, if you want to try a sentence or if you know the answer for this one, tell me the answer as well. So, let me have a look here. Burn out. Work with less energy. It's not that. Run by. It's not that. Let's have a look here. Get ahead. Nope. Lay off. No. Draw up. No. Work out. Knock off. Lay off. No, that's not. Take over. Carry out. Take on. Slack off is the answer here, guys. Slack means to do something lazily. Be lazy or not very competent. Okay, so slack off. Example, the cleaner slacks off at near lunchtime, meaning he doesn't do much work before lunch and he slacks off. Okay, or I can find him in the room playing games on his handphone. Slacking off. Okay, notice that with these verbs we can change the tense. Okay, ing and s for present tense. She slacks off at 4 p.m. She's ready to go home.
Like that.
Slack off, yeah. A good one. Do somebody's job while he or she is away. Any ideas, chat? Any ideas on this one? So, example. Perhaps you work in a shop and your friend, she needs to go to the bank. So your friend goes to the bank and you need to fill in for her. Alright? Okay, so example. I work with Mohammed Ismail in a little shop, and Mohammed Ismail needs to go to the post office to post a letter. And he comes in and says, "Oh, Mr. Gary, I've got to go to the post office. Could you fill in for me, please?" Well, that means that I'm going to do his job while he or she is away. Fill in for. Another very good phrasal verb there. Good. Take control of something. To take control of something. I would think it's take over. Alright. I'll take over the stamping because Mohammed Ismail's gone to the post office. Okay? Example. Take over. It could be that. But you've got to be a bit careful with these because sometimes, they can have multiple meanings depending on the context. And that's the clue. Alright, to take control of something. It could also be run by. Gary, so you know phrasal verbs or idioms go off the top of my mind. I know. Well, I don't think it's this. I think it could be this. To take control of something could be take on. No, it's not. I'm interested to see what the answer is there. We'll have a look at that later, okay? To tell someone about an idea or a plan that they can give you their opinion. Oh, that must be work on or something, is it? Get ahead of. To tell somebody about an idea. Work out, take over, carry out. Oh, it could be carry out an instruction, knock off something. No, it's not that. This is a tricky one. To tell somebody about an idea or a plan so that they can give you their opinion. Right. Get ahead of. I think it could be get ahead of something. Lay off, draw up, work out, take over. Oh, yes, of course, to take control of something. I didn't. Yeah, you see, take over something, take on something. It's probably that. I think carry out an instruction, carry out. No, take on, burn out. This is a tricky one, guys, a real tricky one. Burn out. Is it that? No, it's not that. Run by. Yes. This would be a very American phrase. I wouldn't use this one very often. Example. Example. Oh, I'll just run it by my manager. Okay? Meaning I'm going to check with my manager and give her the idea and see if she agrees. Okay? So to tell someone about an idea or a plan, I'm going to run it by somebody. Okay? Yes, thank goodness for that. Ooh. Stop working. Yeah, another tricky one here. I think this one's lay off. Okay, so example, a company starts failing and it's no longer profitable. The company will lay off the workers. Alright, the company will lay off the workers, meaning that they won't work there anymore. Example, in the UK there was a big controversy with the ferry company P&O Ferries. A huge international brand company, and by total surprise, they fired 800 workers like that. Okay, they fired 800 workers, and they said, we are laying them all off. We've laid them off, and we will replace them with agency workers. So that meant that they had to reapply for their own job. You know, they lost their jobs, and the government in the UK was furious that P&O Ferries had laid off all the workers. Oh no, it's not. Oh my God. Well, I'm surprised by that. See, I know what you mean, Pallavi. Some of these can have different meanings. All right. Develop something in a successful way. To develop something, to hand in, take on. Knock off, no, work out. To work something out, it could be that. Get ahead of something, carry out something. Could be that as well. Ooh, it's a tricky one. Some of these are a bit close. Oh my gosh. Well, I think we better check the answers. Okay, so to cancel is to call off. We got that right. Knuckle down, stop being distracted, and focus on and starting to work hard. Work with less energy.
I really don't know the answer to any of the
Questions. Well, Pallavi, that's why you're here, isn't it? To learn about them. So don't worry. We're going to look into... That's why we're doing the answers now. Okay? So, you know, maybe take a screen print. If you... what gadget are you using? If you're using a hand phone, it's... try and take a screen print of these as we go down. And try and remember them, because if you haven't seen these in a test yet, you know, you're going to see something like this, I think, in the future.
Okay.
So watch out for them. Here we go. Start working hard, knuckle down. Work with less energy, be lazy, slack off is the answer to that one. Take control of something. Yeah. He took on extra work. It could be that, and it depends on the context, doesn't it, with these things. So, do somebody's job while he or she is away. Fill in for somebody. Okay. Let's have a look at the next one. Tell someone about an idea or a plan so they can give you their opinion. To run something by someone. Okay. Stop working. Knock off, of course. Knock off. That's a very American phrase. Oh, it's time to knock off now. Okay. So, most people in Britain might say, "What time do you knock off work?" Meaning, what time do you stop working? Okay. But it's difficult when there's no contextual clues on that one. So let me go back. And I'll see if I can find the answer key for the rest of them. Okay. If you want a clue on that one, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yes, here's the answer key. Hand in. Oh, sorry. Yes, means submit or deliver. Knock off. Stop working. Right, we've done that one. Fill in for already. Draw up. Prepare something in writing, okay? Especially an official document, okay? I will draw up the plans for that tomorrow. It could be an architectural drawing as well, so that's worth considering. Work out something to develop in a successful way. Oh, I hope it works out, okay?
I hope it works out
for you. Can I zoom on this or not? Oh, yes, I can. Yeah. Okay. Tell someone, yes, get ahead, make progress, and be successful at work. Some of these guys are very American ones. Like I say, I would rarely use any of these. but I'll just go from the top for you to help you. Burnout. This is something that they talk about at YouTube a lot, and it's when you become exhausted or too tired. And they say creators shouldn't get creator burnout. Don't do YouTube if you're too tired. Call off means to cancel. Carry out, do a particular job. Okay, carry out the task. Take over, take control of something. Take on, hire or employ someone, of course. He took on 3 extra workers to complete the building. Okay. Lay off means to fire employees. I told you about that earlier. Knuckle down, stop being distracted and focus on work. Hand in, submit
or deliver work.
As you're going through these, Pallavi, do the screen print. That's the easiest thing to do.
Learn them.
Learn these things. Hand in, submit or deliver work. Of course, you hand in your homework late, you will lose marks. Alright. You hand in homework early, you'll probably gain marks. I'm sure some teachers might give bonus points for early submission of homework. And teachers who don't, well, it's a useful idea for you. Positive reinforcement, they call it. I know a lot of teachers would do it the opposite way. Rather than a punishment, positive reinforcement is the key. Knock off, stop working. Slack off, work with less energy. Or be lazy, or to just disappear. Fill in for, do somebody's job while he or she is away. Draw up, prepare something in writing. Work out, develop in a successful way. Run by, tell someone an idea about something. Get ahead, make progress, be successful at work. Good. Super job, chat. Well done. And a lot of chat is going on there. The chat buzzers are flashing at me. So I will try and make some sentences. Good. Well done. Yes, I think I saw that earlier. Do. Good. Yes, so she says. Good. Gary say, phrasal verbs and idioms go off the top of my mind. Yes, they do. You've seen me there thinking about the context of some of these, and it depends where the author of that little game is from. If that author is American, they're more likely to use American English ones, which are, less common in the UK. So I kind of struggled a little bit with those there. Sir, I really don't know the answer to the questions. Well, you do now. You do now. Good. Sir, I'm using a hand phone. I took the screenshot of those phrasal verbs. Thank you. Yes, of course, you're very welcome, Pallavi. And for anybody else who joins the stream this today, by all means, or in future, by all means, take those screenshots. Yeah, good ideas to help you learn them. Some common ones there. Phrasal verbs are really hard for me to remember. I know, they're so tricky. Okay, we'll look at something a little easier now then, Pallavi, and modal verbs. Okay, and modal verbs, let me just have a look. If I'll put this in the chat box for you, and I'll also highlight it. Alright, so there we go. It's on its way. Just a second. Yes, here we go. Modal verbs is like an auxiliary verb. This is the dictionary definition. And it expresses necessity. How urgent it is to do something. Is something important? That's what necessity is. Is it important? Will it make a difference at the time? If it's not, then it's not very important, or the necessity is very low. But if it's extremely important, then the necessity is high. Alright, needs to be done. Possibility. Think about it's like betting, isn't it? The possibility of something. How likely is it that something will happen? English modal verbs include must, shall, will, should, would, can, could, may, and might. Right, now those are very polite modal verbs. The polite ones are might, may, could, would, and shall. Those are really polite ones to use. So I've got a little activity for modal verbs, and we're going to get straight onto that, guys, now. So we're straight onto that, chat. If you think you know the answer, put it in the chat box, and you can also comment with a sentence. All right, if you want to put a sentence in there with these words, great. That's more practice for you. That's what I want you to do, right? So let's have a little look at these tricky modal verbs. I say tricky. They're actually, this one should be a bit easier than the phrasal verb one. A game of hangman. He, blah blah blah, swim well at the age of 10. And we have 4 letters at the bottom here. 4 letters. So let me see, Gary, just remove his comment there. So let me just check that. Modal, there we go. Modal verbs. So earlier I told you the words.
So, Gary, how can you make a video on these topics? Positive degree, negative degree.
Yes, I will try my best. Give me time, Pallavi. It takes time to make videos. So yeah, I'll try and do that as well. I'll put it on my list of things to do. Sarah Ismail answers the word could. He could swim well at the age of 10. Oh, I like this guy. I used to, as a youngster, I used to love Hangman. They call it Hangman, but the PC Brigade don't want us to call it that anymore, and it's could. She, she, blah blah blah, complete her work before 5 p.m. She, blah blah blah, complete her work before 5 p.m. She should. It's 2 words though, is this? It's 2 words. It's not should. She should complete her work. Is it? It's not will do, is it? No, it's not. It's not that, is it? This is a real tricky one. You can't say she may do complete her. No, that doesn't make sense. Might do, could, will do, may. I'm not so sure here. Let's have a look. No, it's not that one. Uh-oh. Are we in trouble here? No, don't be sorry for disturbing me. That's why I'm here. So let's have a look. Here's the question. She, blah blah blah, complete her work before 5 p.m. We're talking about. Are we usually, if we think about, because the word before is in there, we're talking about the future, right? She may do. She might do, she could do, she will do, she should do. Ooh, this is a trick. Let's have a look. Let's put an A in there. Right. It's not may. It's not may. So, any ideas, chat? Come on, chat. It's not may, Pallavi. It's not. According to the... Unless there is a mistake in this one. It's not may. No, it's not that one. Nobody's offering anything in chat, so I'm going to pick some letters. See if we can get this one. It's not will. Should be completing. No, it's not that. This is a tricky one. I think this one might be that this might be have a mistake in it. It has to. She has to complete. Right, it has to. Well, they should have put that in the instructions, shouldn't they? She has to complete her homework before 5 p.m. Yes, of course. Right, well, there we go. You, blah, 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 pay all your taxes. You, blah, blah, blah. Shh, shh, shh.
Yes, well done, Sarah Ismail. You got that one correct. Well done.
Now, if you live in a country like I do, they always make you pay your taxes. And if you don't, goodness me, it's a fine and jail time. And Mohammed Ismail says, should. Let's have a look. Is he correct? In my country, they say, you must pay your tax. You know, in the UK, you must pay your tax to the British government.
Well done, Mohammed Ismail. Well done, Sarah
Ismail as well. Good. John, blah, 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 send the letter now. Ooh, this is awkward. John, blah, 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 send the letter now. Let's have a look. Any suggestions, guys?
Put your suggestions in. Will.
It's not. I don't think it's will, because you've got two words.
Alright, if you look at the bottom there are, and you can't see my mouse, I don't think, but there are two
words. One of them is a 4-letter word, one of them is a 3-letter word. This is an awkward one. Awkward.
But if you have a suggestion, chat, let me know. Any ideas, Any ideas, guys? Any ideas? Not sure at the moment.
Someone's saying should. I can see should there. There's no S. Can send the letter now. Let's with these games, guys, I always say, if you're not sure, put some vowels in. Alright? So this is why you need to, one of the reasons you need to know your consonants and your vowels. Because your vowels are in most English words. And if these two words, neither of them have vowels in, there we go. Oh, there we go.
So it's got an
E, double E. Let's try O. I think this one might have a mistake in it, but I'm not sure. Aha! So I think, let's have a look. Oh, this one's a you see what I mean? Get your vowels in, guys, and it'll help you. There's a clue for the next one. John need not send the letter now. The author of this one should really have put these clues in the instruction text, and I think that's why we're finding it a little bit difficult. The Indian team. This is a good one. The Indian team. So, pick a letter, guys. First, pick a letter. If you don't know, there's a suggestion. I suggest pick your vowels first. Pick your vowels first, guys. Type a vowel into the chat box. Sarah Ismail, is M a vowel? A vowel. I suggest vowels first. Okay, because vowels are in most English words. Once you get your vowels, you know your vowels, right? A, E, I, O, U. Ah, there we go. Mohammed Ismail says I on this one. No. Mohammed Ismail then says O. Yes, we've got an O. Sarah Isabel says, I don't understand this quiz. Well, you'll understand it. Now we're getting some vowels. Give me some vowels, guys. You've got O, right? There's no I. Already I. So, we have 3 vowels left. Pick a new vowel. You have A, E, and U. Which one shall we pick? G? Oh, okay, G is there. Right, U from Mohammed Ismail. Oh my goodness me. The Indian team, I think you know. I think you should crack it now. The Indian team ought to win. Ought to win, yes. O-U-G-H-T. Yes, I don't think the author of this game has really put all of the instructions in carefully enough. Okay. Ought to. Yes, of course, ought to. Right. Mira walked fast so that she, blah, 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 catch the train. Vowels, guys. Get your vowels in first. Get your vowel letters in that chat box, guys. Get your vowel letters in there. Tell me a vowel and I'll put it in for you. Let's see if we can get it correct. O. Sarah Ismail says O. Sir, but G is not a vowel. I know G is not a vowel. Sometimes people make mistakes on the typing on the keyboard. It's okay. Mira walked fast so that she... And we've got O from Sarah Ismail. Yes. I'll give you a clue. I think this one sounds like the word that comes from trees. It should be quite an easy one. It's the same thing that my table is made from. Sounds like that. Listen. Come on. Shh. So that she... Come on, chat. Any more vowels there? I don't see anybody... Sarah Ismail, I think that's going to be correct. It's not. What? Are you kidding? Oh yes, it's not. Of course it isn't. Right, let's get
Some vowels in, guys.
It's not should, it's not would. Let me put another one in. Let's put a vowel in, guys. Let's put a vowel in. Oh my, it's no A. There's no E. I. No I. A-E-I-O. Oh my god, has it got a U? Hurrah! All the vowels are out now. So is it should? Must be.
Yes, so I think someone said should.
Sarah Ismail said should, so that she should catch a train. That's not correct. I would say would. Would, not should, on that instance. Should is like advice, isn't it? But would is more possibility, so I don't agree with the author of this game. Perhaps this has taught me a lesson that need to validate the games before I do them. Let's have a look. It blah 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 in the afternoon. I think I'm gonna give you one here, chat. I think it might.
That's my guess.
But you can pick a letter if you like. Do you agree? Might? Type might if you think the answer is might. Yes, Sarah is Ishmael. I think she agrees.
Mohammed Ismail agrees.
I don't know if Pallavi agrees or anybody else agrees. Let's have a look. Oh good, I do it. Yes. Awesome job, everybody, well done. You're telling me. There. I think this one starts with a W. No. There must.
Is it must?
Is it must? Yes, must. There must be, yeah, and usually when you say this, you don't have an S. There must be some mistake. There must be some mistake. Oh, well done, Mr. Gary, for solving that one. Yes, Sarah Ismail as well solves the puzzle. Good job. Aha. You blah 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 have another cookie if you like. You blah 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 can have another cookie if you like. Yes, can from Mohammed Ismail. Oh no. Can is a good one, but it's not correct. Can is like ability, isn't it? But I think this one shares it's the same as a month, an English month. What's next month, guys? What's next month? What month is next month? What? What month is next month? We are on April now. Is it May? I gotta hope it's May. Yes! Yes, a very polite way. Oh, you may have a cookie if you like, sir. I really didn't understand this quiz. I think I should need to study more English grammar. Studying English grammar isn't going to, it's not going to help you. Studying English is. The more you do, the more you use, the more you try, the more you'll succeed. No doubt about it. We blah 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 prepare our lessons well before the examination. I'm not sure at the moment about this, so I suggest, chat, Pick a vowel. A, E, I, O, U.
Which one do you want to pick first, guys?
Type your vowels in the chat box.
Type your vowel in the chat.
Oh, Mohammed Ismail. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, good. I think we've seen this one
Before, haven't we?
Yes, I think we have. Now that we've got the O, what you ought to do. It's like advice, isn't it? T. Yes, O, U, G. And then the
Remaining letter must be H. Good. Yeah. You ought to.
what you ought to do. Yes. And if you're joining my live stream for the first time, or you're catching me for the first time, you ought to subscribe. You ought to subscribe to my channel. Well done, everybody. That brings us to the end of tonight's stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've done a lot tonight. So past tense verbs, phrasal verbs, modal verbs. We've talked a lot about those. Lots and lots of examples. Lots and lots of participation from you. And without you in the chat, live streams become very, very, very difficult. So I always say thank you so much for joining me and in live stream. I hope that you found it interesting. I hope that you've learnt something new, and I hope you'd like to join me again. And we can probably do another live stream tomorrow, and if you want, we can do idioms. If you've got something more specific, you could drop me a message, drop me an email. Pallavi she wrote an email to me today, 2 or 3 actually, so very brave of you, Pallavi. It's good that you're doing that, alright? The more you do it, the better we can make the live streams. I've enjoyed it as well tonight again, so good. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, suggestions or ideas, chat, you know what to do. Comment them, drop me an email, you know how to do it. And what I'll do now is I'll just wrap this stream up, meaning I'm going to end the streams shortly. Thank you so much for joining. There is a little subscribe button down there if you're joining for the first time, you're watching on replay, and you can see that red subscribe button. Press that. I hope that helps you. Obviously thumbs up. I'll also put, here's a self-promotion, isn't it? Goodness me. Playlist over here, another video here for your recommendation. Thank you so much for joining me, chat. Oh, can you make a live stream about quantifiers? Yeah, we could do that. Some, many, much, and many. Is that what you're talking about? Quantifiers? Quantifying those things? Yeah, we could do that, no problem. So we have to make a choice tomorrow. I have to make a choice. I have to make a decision. Shall I make one about, maybe I can do 2 live streams this week, because I'm on half term at the moment, so I can do maybe 2 live streams this week. Maybe I can make a video as well. Pallavi's got a lot of suggestions she wants help with, so I'm going to go track back on those, and I'll try my best on those. I think if you just type it in, what it was, Pallavi, positive and negative, I think she's gone. Positive and negative statements or something like that. We'll have a look at those tomorrow or in the future. Making videos and stuff takes a lot of time, so yeah, great. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all. If you'd like a live stream tomorrow, we'll do one tomorrow. Have a great day, folks, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.